And welcome to the quest. We have another one for your ass.
For your ass.
For your
Only
ass.
for your ass.
As you know, this is our short and sweet. Right down. We're going to tell you what we like, tell you what we don't like, give you a little bit of information. No spoilers on this one. We leave the spoilers over on the Grim Tales. We don't do spoilers on this one. But with no spoilers and everything, we're going to give you what we liked. We're going to tell you what we didn't like. We're going to give you some information about the film, like the budget, box office. And then we're going to give you our scores. Short, sweet, and better. Before we get into any of that, though, okay, you're watching this on the YouTube, like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with all things we do here. Make sure to get over to noblegi.com. Okay, very, very important. Make sure to get over there, check it out. It's all there. You need the full schedules there, merchandise there. Every episode, past, present, and future, is all there. VNG Dev, Synth Pop Radio, and Abomination Rome can all be found information. So get to it, noblegi.com. All right, that is all that information. We're going to keep it very, not too much crazy plugging because we do have to talk about some shit. But yeah, make sure to get over there. It is very important. If you want to support, that is the best way to do it. Pass it around, give it to your mom, your mom's mom, your mom's mistress, your mom's bull.
Wrapper,
you know,
exactly. Give it to her mistress.
Yeah. Give it to your mom. Give it to your mom's dad's boyfriend.
Exactly.
You know, twist it up a little bit. Yes, your dad has a boyfriend.
Right. Yes, he do.
But yeah. It is what it is, you know.
Action packed. That's what the fuck this movie was.
Action packed. Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, this is probably a good thing for you. I rewatched this movie right now. I will say this: if you're watching this for the first time, you will not see this. But I will tell you, when I seen this movie, I seen it when it first came out, which was back in the early 2000s. I would like to say 2008 or something like that. I might be earlier. I can't remember 100%.
I believe it was 8.
But it was around. It was within the noughties. Okay. And
the noughties.
That's what they call it. The 2000s were called the noughties.
Naughty. Okay.
But yeah, I watched it around that, and it was a fucking phenomenal movie at that point. Watching it now, over a decade passed, right? What more than a decade?
I still thought it was very action packed, very
no,
clean.
It was, but I could taste the age.
Could you? Okay, yeah.
It felt like I felt the age. Now, mind you, that's because I'm watching it twice all these years later. Some movies, some movies age well, some movies age okay, and some movies age poorly. This was a movie who aged okay.
If you were to play this movie for me, well, we did. I just saw it for the. I could honestly, I wouldn't thing with being done today.
Well, this one aged well, but you didn't feel any of the difference because you're not going from when you originally watched it. You're watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
And maybe that's some of the reason why I feel that way about older movies that I watched for the first time. This movie, like I said, wasn't bad by any means, but
must have aged well, or it was ahead of its time. One of the two.
this aged okay. It didn't age great because there were certain things that I was like, damn, that's a little dated. But it did age. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
still
thought it was
a
a great movie. Very inventive. The story was never.
See,
I don't think so. Seen a story like this one.
Well, see, here's the problem. Okay, this was my only beef with the movie back then too. Is this was done like The Matrix was a big thing at the time.
Right.
Everybody was trying to follow that slow motion bullet time shit.
Yeah.
Like they made the Max Payne movie. All that. The Matrix is what kind of started that in the movies. The Matrix is what started that, like the whole slow motion bullet shit.
Yeah, they slow down fast moving object.
And this movie was. It was what it was. It wasn't a bad movie, but it was a dick riding movie.
Yeah, but it was wrapped around his own unique story. At least I thought from watching it today, right?
It had an interesting story, by no means. A stellar cast as well.
Absolutely, a bunch of assassins. Like I thought it was
assassins that can bullet bend.
Bullet bend, yeah.
Like okay, amazing. I mean, all right. Like,
and it was all, and you know, at first I thought it was acknowledging bullet when you brought this, but it was actually them. It was their training.
Well, the thing is, okay, it's like, I remember when you were watching this, I knew this was going to be great for you because you sent, like, within the first 10 minutes, you're like, yo, this movie's great, man. They're fucking jumping out of windows and shit. And I'm just
Mr.
like,
X. Mr. X or whatever. Jumping out of the fucking window, just like shooting in midair.
The plot twist was, I won't, like, again, we won't have any spoilers, but the plot twist was okay.
Yeah. Actually, I enjoyed the plot. I thought the plot was very.
There was a couple different plot twists in the movie, and I appreciated both of them. I knew what they were. It was less exciting for me because, again, I've seen the movie. Right. Yeah, I've seen the movie. But I'm hoping that the plot twists were interesting to you. They are interesting to you.
They were, and I've always loved Morgan Freeman as.
In
anything.
Morgan Freeman as an actor is always amazing. I'll watch anything that he's in. Anything. Yeah.
He can narrate a book about assholes, and I was sitting.
He can narrate. He can narrate a movie about me taking a shit, and it would be a blockbuster seller.
Yep, be glued.
Yep. Like I will listen to anything now.
A dump. And
it was very squishy. Like it was the squishiest of squishy dumps. Like I don't know. He's fucking great at it, man. Like I love Morgan Freeman. He's a great actor. Plus he's on a personal level. He's a very intelligent man.
He's a real person. Like
very
he's
real.
I love his stance on racism.
Yeah, no, he'll tell you flat out what the real shit, dude. Like real shit.
Yep.
Like I appreciate him. I appreciate him.
Yeah.
McAvoy. One of his earlier films.
McAvoy.
I believe, I could be wrong, he's like Irish or Scottish or something. I think he's Scottish.
With a Mac? I think most Macs are Scottish.
I think he's Scottish. I want to say he's Scottish, but he could be Irish too. I can't remember exactly. I know there's some Scottish person out there right now. Yo, motherfucker! Like I know it. They're pissed that I just said, he could be one or the other. I think he's Scottish though. I'm almost certain he's Scottish. But no, he's a great actor. This is one of his earlier films too. He's done a lot of great movies. McAvoy's been around for a long time. I didn't appreciate McAvoy at the time because McAvoy was a younger actor at that point. This is before him playing in the drug movies that he's played, the fucking the X-Men movies. I could go on. Like he's fucking Chris Pratt is in this movie. Very small roles in it, but this was at the time. This is before his Marvel run, right? This is way before he was playing Star-Lord. This is when he was still doing Parks and Recreation when he was fat. Right, he was that chunky dude, that chunky, quirky comic guy, and he was the guy who, like he was the dickhead best friend through the whole thing. So he was even in this. Cast was phenomenal. Acting was great. It's definitely
what's her name?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. Yeah, it fucked him up.
This movie was before she lost her fucking mind.
Obviously, this is when she was pretty because I don't.
She got real weird. Like, I don't want to body
Yeah.
shame anybody. She got real weird in her later years. So weird that not even Brad Pitt wanted to be with her anymore. Actually, he's fucked up. I think they're still married. But he's like
Are
the
they?
yeah, he's like the miserable because they got kids and shit together. But he's like the miserable
You
husband.
stay in that room. I stay in
Yeah,
this one.
I'm gonna sleep over here. Leave me alone, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
plus
you can
neither
come over
one of
suck a dick
them,
here and there, but that's about that.
neither one of them want a divorce because neither one of them want to lose half their money.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, but on top of that, like you're both married to two, like for example, she's married to one of the. It is what it is, right? She's married to one of the.
biggest actors, yeah.
Not just that, but she's married to one of the most beautiful dudes, right? It is what it is. Like he's been like sexiest man. Like you don't even have to be attractive. You can honestly say, Brad Pitt is a very attractive man. He's always been a very attractive man, right? I wish I looked like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Right? Like Brad Pitt is a
He's hanging in front of me.
straight up, right? Brad Pitt, very attractive. Now, Angelina in her prime, also one of the most beautiful people at her
very
time.
pretty.
Right? So they're
Second in
both
this movie.
yeah, they're both married. Each one of them are married to the most beautiful people they could be married to. So neither one of them want to be like, yeah, I'm going to do that, not, whatever. Both they're fucked. You know what movie they did together that was amazing? Just I know it's not related to this one, but I'm going to put it out there. You ever see Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
I've heard of the movie, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, fuck
Was
you.
that an action? Was that?
It's on the list now.
I'm telling you.
It's on the list.
It's on. Yeah,
It's
let's
on
do
the
it. I'm
fucking
telling
list.
you.
That movie, God damn, that movie was awesome.
This is the show where I catch up on movies that I have not seen. That's what this.
And I got a laundry list too because I'm a fucking movie nerd. Like I've seen movies that I have no business seeing.
I'm a B movie guy. Do you talk to me about B movies and I know titles that you've never even heard of? Mainstream movies, I'm a little slower at.
See, I know B movies and I know Hollywood movies, but like
I watch the most fucked up movies in the world.
if I see, especially during like the 2000s and in the mid 2010s, oh man, all I did was watch movies.
Yeah.
Like, I was always at the movie theaters. I was always watching movies. I am a big movie buff, a big movie buff. I mean, fuck, we do rating series. I mean,
Oh yeah.
like I love me movies. I could talk forever on movies.
And I'm a horror guy too. So I've never really watched a lot of it.
Oh, we're gonna do a lot, especially with this not being
Oh, yeah.
this being an episodic show. Oh man, we're gonna go over so many movies.
Oh yeah.
Like God, the amount of movies that we're gonna talk here. So Wanted. I mean not Wanted. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You're gonna watch that. And you ever seen Tropic Thunder? Totally unrelated to this, but you ever seen Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder. I'm not sure.
Oh my God, it's the funniest movie ever created.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. plays a black guy.
We're doing from. Yeah, definitely got to watch it.
Like,
Yeah.
definitely
We do it from comedy to everything in it.
everything. So yeah, no. But regardless, let's bounce back to the Wanted. I don't want to get too far away because we have that. This isn't a long show. Yeah, definitely worth the watch. I was a little rusty on it. Like I said, I hadn't watched this movie in like 10 years before we watched this again. So it was like 10 movies. I remembered a great deal of it, but I also forgot some parts. So there was that. But I mainly picked this because I remember it being a good movie when I seen it. And you said you'd never seen it, so I was like, oh yeah. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And this show's loosely going to be based around how unacceptable the fact that you haven't seen a lot of movies are.
That I haven't seen millions. I'm telling you. I haven't seen
That's what
millions.
this show is going to be about. This show is going to be about you like all
There's
these
gonna be a
movies.
theme.
Yeah.
Me
What,
catching
you
up on
haven't
old
seen
movies.
it? Oh fuck. We're going to be
You
doing
gotta
this.
do that.
We're going to be doing this fucking show like 10 years from now, still catching up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely worth a watch. If you haven't seen this film, definitely give it a watch. It is worth it. The cast is phenomenal. Even the CGI for it being when this movie came out, the CGI was pretty good too. It didn't age perfectly, but it aged okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt today to me. It felt today.
You know what's fucked up?
Hmm?
This movie aged better than The Matrix did.
Yeah, I've seen it. My son saw The Matrix a couple months back, and I could see the age in that.
Oh yeah, no, the CGI in The Matrix is like it's like, don't get me wrong, I love The Matrix, right? But I won't ever watch it again because I want to remember it as I did then. Like
They did remastered it, you know that, right?
I don't care.
believe they remastered the first
Yeah,
one.
but they can't. But again, they can't do anything about the CGI. The
Yeah.
CGI is what it is.
The CGI is what it is. Yeah, it just looks cleaner.
Yeah, my thing is this is like
And it's no longer in a box. It's like widescreen.
yeah, it's widescreen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like I want to remember the Matrix being amazing, and I did see some clips of the Matrix not so long ago, and I'm like, oh, that's rough.
Ouchie.
Like I don't want that because that's one of my. I love that movie. I don't want that. I don't ever want that to be tarnished. This movie, I was actually afraid of that with this movie. I thought I was actually going to really like dunk on this movie because I thought it was going to. Because I was pretty sure it wasn't going to age perfectly, but I thought it was going to age like The Matrix, and I'm like, man,
worse than what.
yeah,
Did, yeah.
and it definitely aged better than The Matrix did. Definitely did.
Well,
Acting, Angelina Jolie's always fun to watch. Shit, even McAvoy always enjoy him.
Morgan, I wanted a titty theme. They didn't get that, you know, Angelina Jolie titty.
No, Angelina Jolie
never really showed titties.
No, you seen her ass a couple times. There was one movie that you seen some side boob in.
Yeah, but she's not known for showing her body.
No, she's not really known for it, and it's fair enough.
It's whatever. Yeah,
I have an imagination.
I respect it.
I have seen. She has been nude. She has been nude before. I mean,
I've never seen it.
I have. But this was ages ago, though. But regardless, even if she didn't, I got an imagination. I know how to use it.
Plenty of fan fiction out there.
I don't even need that. I could see it in my head. It's not even how she looks; it's how I think she looks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like it's what I think she looks in my head. That's what it is.
Right.
So yeah, definitely worth it. As of the time of this recording, it is available on Netflix. So it's not going to stay there. It's not a Netflix exclusive. So if you get on there and it's not there, is it worth a rent?
Worth old rent? Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
If
$5,
if it's anything more than $5, no.
Yeah, it was a very, very fun movie.
Yeah, no, and the story is unique too.
Right. It felt to me like another slightly.
Well, the kill scenes were good. Like I thought the gore, even it was very gory, very bloody, very violent.
Slow motion bullets. Shit,
yeah, no. All in all, I mean, it's a fun movie, right? Here's how I say it. I said this about
I didn't expect the ending. I won't ruin it for nobody.
No.
I didn't expect the way it was going to end.
It definitely had a good turnaround. Here's the thing. I'll say this before we get into the score. I've said this about Fast and the Furious. I've said this about the Expendables, and I say this about a lot of action movies, which is what this is. It's an action movie. If you go into this movie expecting a award-winning experience, right? Mm-hmm. You're setting yourself up for failure. Go into this movie expecting a fun action movie with an cool story. Then you're good.
It had an okay story, and I like the fact that it was sandwiched with comedy too. It had a lot of comedy in it. Yeah.
No, it absolutely did. And again, like if you go into it expecting a fun movie, that's what you'll get. If you expect something serious, like deep story, then
this is a fun movie.
This is a fun movie. Yep. Expect a fun movie. If you expect anything more than a fun movie, then that's your fault.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go into this movie knowing that what happens in this movie doesn't make sense in real life.
I mean, fuck, it's got Chris Pratt in it. When's the last time you ever watched a Chris Pratt movie that was serious?
And bullets that bend around corners. Like, come
on. Budget for this wasn't actually half bad either. The movie made in the the budget for the film, okay?
I like to know how much they used up first.
Budget for this film was $75 million. Now, mind you, $75 million was a lot more than it was back then than it is now.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the equivalent of like maybe 100 and something million,
that's
maybe
like
even $2 million.
$150,000 today.
Maybe close to $2 million, yeah. So off of a budget of $75 million, the film in the United States made $134 million.
Damn.
Right, and in international,
the total
in international it made $207 million, giving a total of $342,486,000 $463,063 against a
damn,
budget of
that's like-
$75 million.
Dude, that's like scratching the lottery and just walking out rich.
Oh, you're
Like,
right.
they
Oh, you're
spent
cool.
nothing and made everything.
If this movie had came out today, it probably would have made closer to like 5 million. Dude, that is $500 million. I mean, not half a billion. That's $250 million. Over $250 million.
That's nuts, dude.
Nuts. Big
That's
blockbuster movies. But you got to remember that's how movies were back in the day too. Movies don't make it like that anymore. Marvel, Disney made that happen.
Were they highly streaming movies back then?
No, these were theater movies. Everything went to theater.
Yeah, everything went to theater. Everything. And they
Streaming
stayed
services
theater
were just
longer.
barely out at this time.
Right.
Like
so, yeah.
Netflix was around during this time, but they were like doing like, you know,
They were doing the DVD.
older.
Too, I think.
Well, they were doing that. Plus, their streaming service was still brand new, I think, and they were doing like, you know, older movies. They weren't doing like newer shit.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like the Netflix of today.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's get into the scoring because as the last stretch of the film. As we do here, we have our, of course, as we say all the time, we have our 4 ratings, which is story, acting, gore, and production. We give that a 1 through 5. We have our woke meter, and then we have our overall score. So, as we do on all our movie-based shows, let's get over to VC Lauren with his score on the story.
I thought the story, believe it or not, was extremely unique. I don't know, unless you bring up that. I thought it was unique. I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5. Oh wow. Okay.
I thought the story was superb. Yeah, I thought
The
the twist was there. I loved it.
the story was unique. Yes. It didn't blow me away. It might have blown me away. Here's the thing. Maybe when I first seen it over a decade ago, it did blow me away. I can't score it off of that because I don't remember how it felt then. I do remember it being a great movie then. I can only score it off of watching it now and watching it again now. Maybe because I've seen so much in my life since then. It
lost its
it lost a little bit of its value. I am going to give it a 4. Not bad.
It deserves it. Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. It's a great movie. Definitely worth a watch. But it's a good movie. It's a good story, especially if you've never seen it before. The twists are fun. It has some fun twists.
They're very fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Has a couple different twists in it, and they're actually quite fun. So with that, let's move on to the next one. What do you give the score for acting?
Acting? I mean, I thought everybody did a great job. I didn't see anything wrong. I'm gonna give it like a 4.5. The acting was average. I thought it was good, but average.
Well, average would be more around like a 2.5. This was above average.
Above average. Yeah,
Okay.
above average.
Damn near good at 4.5. That's close to a 5.
Yeah.
So okay, fair enough. 4.5. I'm not going to argue with that.
100% stood out to me.
No.
You know what I mean? It was good acting.
And you know, I'm going to meet you. Now, I'm not to the exact, but my score actually landed up being a 4 for that one. So, not bad, which is weird, right, for the cast, but it wasn't like the greatest script. It wasn't the greatest lines. It had a lot of one-liners in it. You know, a lot of comedic value to it. So I couldn't really take it serious. It wasn't like compelling. I didn't watch the acting. Like I didn't really care about the characters. Like the main character that McAvoy played, he's probably the only one you're like, you hope he gets his.
Yeah, exactly. But everybody else they were bad guys. Okay. And they did what they did. They didn't really, you really felt no emotion towards any of the characters.
No. The cast was what it was. But they did okay. Again, 4, not bad, definitely above average, but not great. All right, definitely okay though. Definitely worth it. So let's move on to the gore score. What do you give the gore score of this film?
The gore. I mean, the slow motion bullets and everything were amazing, flying through heads and all that. I think I gave it a 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
4.5. I mean, because it was unique. I like head. I like bullets.
You just like watching body parts just fly all over the place.
Yeah, the body parts and everything. You know, splatter. You know, love it. So 4.5. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
I think that's where you and I are going to differ.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. but I think it was very bare bones, very basic, very down the very average. I give the gore score a 2.5. It wasn't bad. It was right down the middle, very average. Wasn't bad. It had a good amount of blood and it did have violence.
You know what they did? They made the CGI look different and sexy.
Sure, like when you seen the bullets slow motion popping through someone's skull. You know, it was fun.
That's different. I guess for the time, it was different.
No. I guarantee you, if I would have watched this when it first went, if I could remember how I felt about this film when it first came out, I was probably like, "Yo, that was sick." But now it's again, it definitely didn't age perfectly, but it didn't age poorly.
Because I've seen plenty of people get blown through the head.
Oh yeah, now I've seen so much.
Now,
when this movie first came out, it was probably phenomenal.
It was fresh. Yeah.
All right, so now moving on to the next one, production. What do you give the production of this film?
Flawless. I'm going to give that a 5. I think I like that the most.
It was good.
It was clean. Like the CGI was
especially for its time. Especially for its time.
Yeah, exactly. Shots were great. Yeah.
So now, with that being said, you gave it a 5. I actually gave it a 4.5. So not too bad.
Okay. I think you would have given it a 5 if it was.
If I would have seen this fresh,
28 or whatever.
If I would have seen this fresh when it first came out, I would have probably given it a 5. Hell, maybe even a seal.
Yeah.
But seeing it now for the second, third time, however, I know I've seen it a couple times. It wasn't bad, but it has aged a little bit. So with that, for the budget, I guess the budget's there. $75 million? Yeah, the budget's there. Especially, actually, I don't know. Because CGI was a lot more expensive back then. I don't know.
It was.
That's weird.
I don't know. I don't know. The movie's almost 20 years old, though. Maybe.
Yeah, no.
That good.
It's a little over 10 years. If it came out in 2008, it's like almost a year, almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe 15 years. I don't know. I can't do the math right now.
Woke chart. What do you give the woke score?
1 because I didn't see anything.
No, because the beauty of the time when this movie came out, people didn't give a fuck about wokeness at that point.
Yeah, I don't think that was a main topic.
If anything, they made fun. There was a point where they made fun of the fat chick in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they didn't really give a fuck.
You don't do that today. Yeah,
you do that now, your movie will get canceled real quick.
Yeah.
So I definitely didn't move the needle. Fair.
Yeah.
So we're keep that. So with that said, let's get the overall score of Wanted. What do you give the overall score of this film?
I gave it an 8. I really enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed every aspect of it. The acting was, what did I give it, a 4? So that's above average. The story I like.
You gave pretty high scores on this one.
I gave pretty high score on this one, so it deserves an 8 to go along with those high scores. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. I gave it a 7.5, so
not bad. Yeah,
it's definitely above average. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth the scores. If we were going to do, which we're not on this one, but if we were going to land up doing a top of this, it would reach the list. And who knows? Maybe we do best ofs. Maybe that's what we'll do. Since this is an episodic show, maybe at the end of the years, maybe at the end of each year we do this. Maybe we do like the best of 2000 in this, do best of that, whatever.
Anything can happen.
So maybe at the end of the year, maybe we'll do a best of. Actually, no, because by the time this comes out, it won't be enough time. But maybe next year, maybe 2024.
Around the corner, but maybe next year, yeah.
Maybe 2024 we will do a best of. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But all with that said, that was a good. I gave it a 7.5. You gave it an 8. So it's definitely worth a rent. Right now, as of the time of recording, this is available on Netflix. If you can catch it and you've never seen it before, definitely go watch it. No spoilers we've given, so hey, go get that watch in. If it's not available on Netflix, then go rent it or find it on one of your streaming services or rent it. $5.
I still recommend a cheap rental.
Yeah, $5, $4.99, $5. Definitely worth it. It hasn't aged perfectly, but it did age well. So yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely give it a watch. Stellar cast. See these actors and actresses in their prime. Yeah, go watch it. Except for, I say in their prime, except for Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt wasn't in his prime yet when this film came out.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Pratt became in his prime when he became Star-Lord in the Marvel movies. Hell, even McAvoy wasn't truly in his prime yet, but he was still a good actor. But definitely worth the watch, guys. Definitely worth it. You're watching this on this, fine Wednesday. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully it is a good day for you. Enjoy the rest of your week. I think it is that time for us to get the hell out of here.
Time to go. Enjoy your, well, it's not the weekend, but it's almost there.
This is hump
enjoy
day,
the rest
actually.
of your week. Yeah.
This is hump day. Hump day. So enjoy your hump day.
So go hump.
You know, that's what I like to do on hump day.
Yeah, hump.
I'll hump anything.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Go find an old lady and hump.
I'll be sitting at the local library, you know. No, I can't go anymore. Cross some fucking lines there, okay?
Go hump the librarian. That's what he wanted to.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Give her a good hump.
Well, we'll stick with that. That's what I was going to say. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure to check out all the rest of the stuff that we do here over on the network. Make sure NobleGI.com. Check it out. Everything's there. Every episode that we do, past, present, and future, is there. You'll find our merch store, which has loaded with all the goodies. You'll find our full schedule. You'll find all the About Me and information you need to know. You'll also find affiliations like VNG Dev, Synth Pop Radio, and Abomination Realm. So make sure to get over to NobleGI.com. That is NobleGI.com, guys. But with that said, we're going to get the hell out of here. Like I said, enjoy the rest of your hump day. You have any parting words for our loving audience?
Love yous all. Thank you for watching. And go hump.
Go hump.
Go hump.
No family members, though.
No, that's incest. But, if you find a stranger, nothing wrong with.
Unless you live in Alabama.
Oh, in Alabama, it's acceptable.
Yeah,
so by all means.
That's a pastime.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm dunking on you. It's not impersonal. It is what it is.
We love you.
Absolutely. But yeah, time to get the hell out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a happy hump day. Make sure to join us tomorrow, Attacking the Topic. Okay?
Yeah, boy.
Every Thursday. Every Thursday's Attacking the Topic. Every Friday until the end of season 2. Is Grim Tales the podcast. And then of course we have every Wednesday, which is The Quest, which is you're watching now. And then every Sunday is Game Nights with yours truly. And we have other stuff on the network too. To find out all that and what's going on, NobleGI.com, guys. Check it out. But with that said, we're going to get the hell out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you when we see you.
Peace.
Peace out.